my name is Christine and I run a vintage shop called Prima Treasures on Etsy. Today I have what is called a Dragonware sake set on my table, and I kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit because it is an interesting set. Now, one of the things you're going to notice right off the bat is that it has very colorful decorations, but what you might not notice is that it has kind of a raised accent on it in the white color. Actually, I believe a little bit of the orange and brown also kind of raised. It's not really paint. They call it clay, but it's put on there as if it were painted. So they're trying to create a bit of a 3D effect. Now what that's called, that technique is called Moriage, and it's something that you pretty much only see in Asian type wares. So it's pretty distinctive, really, and I don't know if you can tell, but this particular design is basically a dragon. So you've got his head here, wings here, there's the tail, and it's accented with gold. The bottle also has a very large dragon on it, which is a little easier to see his head right there. And you've got the wings and the tail. But the reason I wanted to show this set off is because it has two unusual and distinctive characteristics. One of them is the Moriage, and the second one that I wanted to point out, and I'm going to have to get a light to show this off, but bear with me. So if you look at the bottom of the cup, let me get the angle right, it looks kind of boring, right? But then if I shine a light directly in there, you can see what is the outline, and actually that outline is intended to be a woman, usually geisha. And this particular cup is not super helpful in that regard. Let me flip it around and see if we can get a better view of it. There she is. So you can see she's got her hair up. You can see her face. There's a good amount of detail in there, really. And that is called a lithophane. And sometimes you'll find older Japanese porcelain items that are decorated like that, usually in the cups of a set. So that's one of the things that makes this particular set kind of distinctive. A lot of times they don't have that, but occasionally they do, and so that makes it a fun and more unusual set when you have the little images in the bottom of the cup. And then the other thing that makes this set distinctive, and I'm going to try to demo it for you now, is it's called a whistling sake decanter or sake bottle. So I'm going to show you why they call it whistling. Now I put water in here just to demonstrate that it does this. And I'm going to put a little bowl in here to show you that when you pour out of it, it definitely makes a bird type noise. And it seems to be in part because of this little gold, arguably bird. It's a very simplistic bird, but it is a bird. And there's little holes cut into the side that let the air move in and out to create that effect. So the combination of these two features is something that would likely date it to the 1930s to 1950s, somewhere in there. So this is an older set. And a lot of times these items aren't marked. So it really doesn't help you in terms of dating or figuring out which company made it. But the pieces themselves are very distinctive and pretty desirable. So if you see something that looks like this, they do them in different colors. The blue is not as common. Usually I see these done in black with light blue and pink accents. Sometimes you'll see a red version that's similar to this with the blue, but in a dark red color. Those are really the only color combinations that I've seen. There may well be others, but primarily the black is the most common, then the blue, and then occasionally you'll spot a red. So if you are into this kind of thing and it seems like something that you would want to have for your bar or just home decor collection, this is a very interesting item and makes a great conversation piece.